Are you interested in Dominion? We sure are. But there's so many miniatures to paint and I cannot possibly do this alone. In this video, I'll be introducing you to the Kolectiv team and how they are going to help me show you guys how to paint your very own box of Dominion miniatures.
That the entirety of the cosmos is accessible through each and every individual's mind, connecting to the great mind, the great spirit.
Welcome back to the Studio Collectors. So this is one of those videos where I won't be painting any miniatures, but I'll be sharing with you guys and showing you a little peek behind the curtains. This video will allow me to outline the entire slew of content that me and the Kolectiv team will be producing so that we all get to paint up our own Dominion sets as beautifully and as quickly as possible. Army painting is going to be the focus for this series of videos. As such, the step-by-step process is going to be very concise and very quick so that you can easily replicate this for your entire army. As we all already know, there are a lot of miniatures that come with the Dominion box set, and I definitely need some help and I can't do this alone. So together with my friends, students and my apprentices, this is going to be a team effort, so you don't want to miss that out. How are these tutorials going to work out, you ask me? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to experiment and try, and I'm going to create the prototype sequences where I'll teach my friends, students and apprentices how I achieve this result, so that they can take these lessons and paint up the entire squad of the miniature that I'm teaching them how to paint. With the help of everybody, I will be able to get the entire Dominion box set painted up beautifully and quickly. But wait, what is Kenneth going to be doing while the entire team is painting the hordes upon hordes of miniatures? The answer is, rest is for the weak. I will be painting up the character models such as Indrasa, as well as the killer boss on his weird naked mole rat mount to a very high standard, and I'm trying to design this scheme so that it can be done quickly and very replicably. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the different team members and the different segments that I will be covering so that we can paint up the entire box set of Dominion together. Firstly, being an ambitious bunch, we're going to tackle the bulk of the box, which is the battle line. So the first video is going to be how I tackle the Stormcast in their new Thunderstrike armor. Here's the twist of this video. We're going to paint the entire army of Stormcast in non-metallic metal. What's this I hear? An entire army painted in non-metallic metal? Are you insane? Well, fortunately for me, I'm friends with Scary Mini Painter, who has been painting with me for a long time. So Scary Mini Painter is one of the most insane people I know because he's the only guy that I've seen with a full non-metallic metal Stormcast army, and he's definitely suited for this role. So in this video, I'm going to design a scheme how you can speed paint non-metallic metal, and I'm so glad that he is here to help us. So this scheme is primarily going to be a wash and shade based scheme. So it doesn't matter if you're a novice or an expert painter, most painters should be able to replicate this scheme. So up next, we're going to see how we can tackle the Gut Rippers from the Crew Boys. So in this video, I'll be heavily utilizing GW contrast paint as well as some Zenithal highlighting so that we can get a really nice and awesome effect very quickly and very efficiently. I will also be mostly using AK Gen 3 paints, although I will be sharing some quick alternatives that you can do with Games Workshop paints. This scheme is going to be straightforward with no bells and whistles, so that you can get them painted very quickly and very beautifully. So the focus of this Gut Ripper video, what I want to achieve is, I want to have very bright and very contrasting colors, and I want to take as little time as possible. This group of crew boys will be painted by none other than Gas, who has been painting with us for over 3 years. He's a really good friend of Kolectiv, and you might have seen some of his works, such as Captain Imelda from my Curse City NMM video. So that's not the only crew boy battle line that we have to tackle. Along with the Gut Rippers, we also have to paint up the Hobgrot Slitters. These models will be painted by our junior apprentice, Sophie. So I'm going to be creating this scheme such that it is very beginner friendly. Sophie has only been painting miniatures for less than 2 months, and I want this scheme to be easily replicable for painters of all different skill levels. So if this is the first time you're painting a miniature, this is the video for you. And she will be sharing with you guys some insights about how to paint miniatures and how you can improve as a complete beginner. Having this scheme designed for complete beginners means you can recruit all your friends to come along and paint this entire box of Dominion along with you, so that you don't feel so alone when painting this entire pile of grey. And if you want to try this hobby out, this video is for you. You don't want to miss this one out. So to wrap off the Battle Line series, we're going to mass produce all the swamp bases. I'm also going to be producing a quick video of how you can make the swamp bases so that you can make this entire batch in one shot and not worry about basing for all the Dominion figures as and when we finish the paint jobs. So that caps off the speed painting and army segment that we will be producing as a team. Up next, we're going to focus on sort of the mid-level miniatures that we want to bring up to the next level and allow them to be admired from a closer distance. The techniques covered in some of these videos can be used to speed paint your characters. So say if you really need this character looking good and fast, these are the videos that you should be watching. So in this segment, we'll be focusing on the Annihilators of the Stormcast Eternals as well as the Night Vexillor. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but whatever. So for the Stormcast Eternals, once again I'm engaging the help of my friend Scary Mini Painter. Using the Annihilators, I'll be designing a scheme so that I can flex some of my NMM muscles and Scary Mini Painter can flex all his NMM knowledge that he has acquired when painting his entire NMM Stormcast army. After the Stormcast Eternals, I'll be focusing on the crew boys. I'll be painting up the Swamp Collar and the Pot God to a high standard, and in this segment, I'll be inviting my other apprentice, Qian Wen, who will be painting up the Killer Boss and the Step Drop. Qian Wen, who is a traditional artist and paints on canvas, and I would like to see how her knowledge applies onto miniature painting and how we can learn from each other. She will also be sharing some of her insights while painting the Killer Boss, so you don't want to miss that out. So this video is going to be for painters who aspire to be slightly better than tabletop quality, and let's see how we can improve as miniature painters together. And now, while all of them are busy following my schemes, I'll be painting up the character models. As for the character models, I'll be painting them up to a higher standard so that they can be displayed and admired from a really close distance. So the first video I'll be producing would be a small little diorama of the Killer Boss on Nash Tooth versus the Lord Imperator, and in this diorama, I'm trying to replicate the scene where the Lord Imperator faces off the Killer Boss and he's gotten shot in his heart. So this diorama will be titled Valiant Last Stand, and I'll be referencing the beautiful video that GW has produced thus far. In this diorama, I'll be utilizing many of the tips and tricks that I have mentioned in the previous videos. So you want to watch all these videos produced by our team. And lastly, the Golden Lady herself, Indrasa. I'm going to use Indrasa as a masterclass of how to paint non-metallic metal gold. In this video, you're going to learn tips and tricks of how you can take your NMM gold to the next level. Make it shine! Other than non-metallic metal gold, I'm also going to be painting some glows and some silvers. So this video is catered for painters who want to take their painting to the next level, or if you just want to give non-metallic metals that very long-awaited try. I know I said that Indrasa is the last model that we'll be painting for the Dominion box set, but here is some bonus content that you might see if we have time. Let me know in the comments below which are the miniatures that you'd like to see me paint, and I will promise if time allows, I will get these videos painted. So they are the Night Vexillor, the Murknock, the Praetors, as well as the Night Arcanum. So that rounds up most of the models for Dominion box set, and I'm really pumped to get them painted. Thank you guys for staying all the way to the end, and because you guys stayed all the way to the end, I'm going to let you into a little secret. For the color scheme of Dominion, I'm going to take a lot of inspiration from the photos and videos released by Games Workshop. So I'm trying to replicate the scenes that the Games Workshop people have already done in all these videos, and I'm going to take a lot of inspiration from them. You don't want to miss this out because this will make your Dominion box set look so unique. So those are all the videos that we plan to produce for the Dominion launch. Let me know in the comments below which video you are most excited for, because I'm really excited for this entire box of miniatures. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. Remember, let me know down in the comments below which miniature you'd like to see me paint under the bonus content. I'd like to thank my patrons for allowing me to do this. So if you want to support the channel even further, head on to the Patreon and get a whole slew of painting content that we have been producing for the past year or so. If not, why not just give me a like and subscribe, because it really helps and keeps the lights on and keeps us producing videos such as this one. I'm really excited for Dominion and I hope to see you when we start painting up Dominion models. See you!